Oh boy, here we go streaming again. Forgot to switch over my audio. Gotta wait for the building prototypes before I can click away. Oh, so I took a little break. Not because of Factoria, but mainly because I was, my schedule got all kinds of messed up as I'm trying to switch to streaming more early. So I've been all over the place lately. My apologies if you've missed me. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, decided that I wanted to spend a little time in the factory. I'm still trying to figure out the schedule. I'm trying to get myself to a point where waking up early will be a regular thing instead of, having an drastic impact on my schedule. It'll take time. Oh, I'll drop this. So, we were in the middle of deploying radar stations. We still need to do our big science at some point. But for now, we were deploying radar stations. You can see we've got a bunch of them. Yeah, when they light up, they're much easier to spot. This one still takes longer to get online because of the laser turrets soaking up the power. I think I don't know what I'm going to do to fix them. Let's go visit this one. It may just be like I can't have the laser turrets there. I didn't expect first that they needed, yeah, there they go. They needed energy to get online in the first place. And even though I gave these extra panels, it just takes way too long to come online. Honestly, I think we're just not even going to bother them with them. Just ignore them. Because essentially what I would end up doing is just going to them, ripping out all the defenses, and just leaving what's there. But that would just take enough time that I don't even really care. Like, I don't care. We'll just leave them. Because I want to hurry up and get back to doing other things. Oh, so going to pull that off and add sky steel. That's more important to me, getting steel dropping from orbit. How many radar do we have? 16, so we have 4 more that we can set up. I'm going to set one up here. Oh, I have a little indicator. One there. One there. We have one more. Oh, I was going to put it there. Okay. One there, and one there. Did I have another spot laid out already? Oh, over here. Okay. Yeah, I like those. That's really far from the wall, though. I don't think I'm going to utilize this one. Let's go ahead and delete that. I think I would rather have one, like, out here somewhere to scan more. We'll figure it out, but I am going to go do this one. What's our kit look like? Okay, we'll be fine. We got legs. Hold on. We brought extra legs for this. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull out the extra legs. Get us to where we're going. Ooh, that was a awful spot. Hopefully we can get to that. Ooh. This is a wide lake. Whoa. Rethinking running around without shields. Let's pull 3 of these out and put shields on. Alright, looks like that is an island. In that case, I'll just put it here. And we'll just run back. I was considering laying out and filled across, but I think this will just be faster. For those that don't know, if you wiggle like I was, it really throws off the targeting for the worms and the spitters. You're almost like, you can even do it in standing still to a degree, and it will protect you from, I mean, standing still's a rough call, but if you're like running in circles like this, your velocity really throws the off where they'll target. Let's see if I can actually show it off real quick. Yeah, see, they're not shooting anywhere near me. Because they think that I'm gonna, because of my velocity, they think that I'm gonna be way further away than I end up being. I mean, I'm down to wrestle if you guys want to play. We can do this. Alright. Let them disperse while we deploy. I think over here is good. So I don't have to destroy any trees. Just wait for those to charge up enough to deploy the lads. There we go. And I think I can get by just a couple shields. I think this will be good enough. Because we don't need many lads to make one of these. In fact, one rebel port would probably be enough. And I just need a little bit of shield. Alright, next one's all the way over there. The last one's over there. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna go up, around, I'm actually gonna go around the south end. If it's passable, it's passable enough. This isn't so bad. The main downside to trying to wiggle through worm shot is if you don't wiggle enough, their shots will end up in the path that you're walking, and you will still get slowed down, and that can be disastrous. Like right here. Do I want to go long way around? I think not. I think we're just going to go the short way, because this could be a long way around. So we're just going to go back up this way. See if this connects. That's a fun little connection. Oh no. Alright, well, we're close enough. Let's just make our way back. And then we'll come out over at the iron mine. Now that we have a laser grid, we can't let power drop. It used to be with the flame turrets, it wasn't such a big deal if power ran out completely. But now, that's a much bigger deal. Okay, just going to zoom straight out to the iron and take care of this really quickly, because I don't want to waste too much. Yeah, I think we're going to convert all of this to regular iron and cut the furnaces out and then just deliver it. I'm also thinking of decommissioning the old iron mines and just focusing on this one. Alright, where do we need to go? Out there. Is that a good spot? I'm thinking something like that would be good, would be better. Let's go explore. Can we get through here? Is it just rocks? It is just rocks. Okay. I think that's actually too exposed with that base there. I'm thinking right here would actually be a better spot, potentially. Or over on this side, if I clear out those. But this, I think, is just too much with... I don't know, if I clear this bit... Let's go see. Go back and see. Let's go back this way. Hopefully I can drag less lads with me. Oh, we're going to drag quite a few lads. Might need to actually destroy this whole base. Okay, they're coming through up there. I need to charge them back up. Let's drag these lads away. Why does it... I keep tracking the wrong enemies. Oh, we're getting cornered. Alright. Yeah, I don't have enough rockets now. I don't know that this is going to be enough. Also got it close enough to actually affect them. Oh, my bullets are so weak now. Trying to maintain aggro. There we go. All right. There's just too much goo over here. Damn it. Do I have? I don't have any wands. Oh, I do have explosive rockets, though. Alright, we're not using those anymore. They're too weak. I don't want to lose another one. Jeez, this is a pain in the ass. My damage is just not where it needs to be. Alright, so that's not working. Let's just put it right there. Ugh, I'm just gonna put it in the water. We have the landfill. We can make it work. Need more roboports. All right, I think I'm going to put the other one here and then put this one here and we'll call it there. Are my roboports still charging? Why am I slow? Yeah, they're still charging. That's fine, this is fast enough. The big guys are really slow, and the medium ones don't do enough damage. This is a little too close. I'm gonna go for this one. There's a lot of thunder and lightning on the horizon. Might lose power. We're not due. Our transform, like our, we had a transformer blow a week or two ago from stress, and we had one get struck by lightning. I mean, I'd say it blew from stress. I don't know what specifically caused it, but with the way the grid works in Florida, things tend to only get replaced when they explode. So, in my mind, the one that's due is replaced, and we had a lightning strike nearby recently that caught one on fire. And so aside from another direct lightning strike, like nothing else is probably gonna affect us. Which, you know, seems obvious when you say it out loud, but again, the way Florida's grid is, we just sort of replace it as it breaks, because any given year might be a storm that rips everything up anyway. Alright, can I get to this spot without having to deal with these guys? And this is close enough. And we no longer have radar, so we are heading home. Which is good, because I actually need to run to the restroom. It's the downside of these morning streams is I wake up, I'm like, I think I'm ready. And then I sit down and it's like, nope, I'm not ready. Oh, we just going over here. Really need to switch up to uranium shells. Oh. Alright, let me go get those extra fuel cells out of the reactor, and then I'm going to run to the restroom. I also need to decide what I'm doing with the copper over here. I'm thinking of just ripping it up completely and redoing, doing a completely different setup when we get to the other side. Oh, right here, right. Alright. I will be right back. I'm not even gonna put up the BRB. Oh. Alright, I'm back. I should have read an ad when I got up. This is running down. Oh. Whoops. Shook the desk. Now my monitor is having a panic attack. Alright, Fish are gonna spoil. Plus, we're not eating that many fish. Sadly, only 2 tanks return from the field. We will mourn our 4th tank. His loss will be forever remembered. The lad. Alright, let's repair these other guys. He just took it right out of my hand. Alright, we need more wizard sticks. Alright, let's degub first though. I have extra lasers in my pocket. Did I take them from someone? No, I think that's just the lasers I use. Oh, I did have more uranium rounds. These are basically worthless now. I'm just gonna throw them, I mean, I guess we'll leave them here. Right, this is where I put my gubbins. Oh, let's make sure we're properly kitted out. Take these away, put these on. And then put those there. And actually, I'm going to need these solar panels shortly. And I'll put this there. Wait, no, where's the one with the upgrade? That is it. Okay. And then this was just not going to work, so we're going to delete them. I put the laser turrets here. Substations go back where they belong. We don't need our lads. All right. Space. How you doing? So this is, I think, the setup I want to do. All right, you're not getting anything. Output full. Right. So output full's down here now. Okay. Let's drop all that in there. Take out all these. Alright. Blue science is what we should be working on. Oh, first. Wait, why is its grid empty? Well, that'd be part of the problem. Literally had one tank that was completely empty. That explains where all that extra gear came from. I don't know how I pulled that off. Regular, rare, uncommon. Huh. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to retire all 3 of those tanks. They deserve it. And we'll just figure out what we're doing for tanks in the future when we get to that point. Blue science requires red chips. So we should fill up these red fabs. Once we get all that straightened out, what I'm going to do is completely decommission the old iron mines and copper mines and reuse all of that material. Should I reuse it, or should I just sunset them and move on with upgraded? No, because miners don't actually get a quality upgrade, don't they? Yeah, nothing about a quality miner is that great except for increased hit points. Okay, so yeah, we'll just reuse all the stuff. Now, on the other hand, no, storage size doesn't increase on a cargo wagon. That's disappointing. It increases at other places. And there's no reason to make a quality locomotive either. That's very disappointing. Huh. Alright. What is 60% of 32? Responding to a message, because of course when I pick up my phone I get distracted. 32 times 0.6 is 19.2. I was just thinking about rare iron chests over steel chests, over default steel chests maybe. Because we don't have a ton of rare iron though. I think I'd rather keep it. Alright, let's start loading this up. Oh, excuse me. I think it's you. That I want to move these fabricators, all three of these, down to here. So they'll be right near where the copper and the iron come in. Because the whole point of them is that they use largely the base resources. Moving. Oh, excuse me. Have a little bit of water. Moving the plastic could be a ball ache, but no, it's not that big of a deal. Since I'm pretty sure it only runs through, like, I think these have ran twice, which means it runs through like a third of the plastic every use. But yeah, I think these would fit way better down there. I do like this one's setup still. We could potentially fabricate the plastic on site as well. I don't think I want to. Could also reconfigure it so that this fabricates its own red chips as well. If we just spread it out a bit more. But no, I think it's just a little bit wider right now. I think that's fine. We'll figure it out after it runs dry on plastic, or runs dry this time. What do you need? You need copper and iron. You need iron too, don't you? Yeah. Every morning I wake up dehydrated, and I'm very bad about rehydrating. Well, I should have harvested the trains. So, like, my cough is worse in the morning for a bit until I get rehydrated again. I really should figure out a cough button, but I'm not that much of a professional. Plus, let's be honest, that's how you can know that I'm human. Excuse me. Okay. All the copper. You know what? We should load these too. Make sure the buffers are set up right. Yes. Trust me, it sounds worse than it is. Just smoke this off. I'm not dying or anything that I'm aware of. Aside from, you know, the smoking. You know what? This needs to get moved down there too. It's going to run for like 6 hours though. We'll figure out its positioning after we start moving stuff. You know, since I just got a whole bunch of new real estate, I could consider switching to solar, since my base doesn't take too much power in general. Because we did just unlock a whole bunch of space that I could just plop down solar panels in without destroying trees. Not that I'm really concerned with the trees. Mostly because I'm sick of doing that. Well, that, and I'm thinking ahead for when we go to another planet. I'm not going to want to bring a nuclear reactor with me. I think I would be much happier just bringing a ton of solar panels. Oh, some of the places don't have good light, though, if I remember correctly. Anyway, okay. Let's... Ooh, we're low on... We're not low on plastic, we just need to actually get plastic moving again. Alright, All right. I was moving plastic somewhere specific. Oh. Yeah, plastic manufacturing has actually gone down. Because I've got so many other things distracting me. Not steel. Ah, it's shipped. There we go. All right. Just occurred to me I need to disable this. Okay. Once this burns through all of its reserves, we're gonna rip it up. Probably still keep the track where it is, and then just have the furnaces take the iron, smelt it, and put it back. And then have them park like right along here. And then have the copper come in over here. Probably, I'm going to decommission all of the mines over here. And then over here as well. What I'll probably do with this one is leave it on. No, I'll probably completely rip this one up. And leave like one, like this middle one, leave that one to just deliver iron ore directly to the stone area. So like, I need to reroute the water. I don't know. Or I could just have it come park like right here. It's where I, like, it's not that far. I'm also thinking of getting rid of storage like this and just having the trains be the storage for iron and copper as I need it. I don't know, I gotta figure out the numbers there. Because if we're going to have 4 trains coming through, and they're going to off-stack like this with the double-sided off-stacking and buffering, then that's quite a bit of stuff coming in. Maybe I move all quality iron into space as well. Maybe not. I do need to reset this up, though. Yeah, we were going to push out, weren't we? Kind of like eliminate some of these lads. Well, we'll figure that out when we get there. Because moving this stuff literally a few blocks over, it just seems messy. I also need to figure out where I'm going to put the landing pads, since 90% of what they're going to be returning now is steel. Probably move them down by the trains. Or off to the side, perhaps. Alright, let's start putting some of it over Is this even set aside for? I don't remember exactly. Maybe engines? This may have been a specific amount for engines. Yeah, with 800. Yeah, this is set up for 20,000 engines. Is that the number we need for blue science? Like all the blue science we were planning to make? That was enough for 2,000. How much do I need? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000. We don't need 8,000. There we go. And then we'll start stacking for the rails that we need. So this is for the engines. This will be for the rails, which we need a lot more for. We're just going to get started with them. What just happened there? Is that lag? Oh no, I put it in, pulled it out. Alright, engines. I'm just going to go ahead and do more than I need. Because I need them. And I've got so much freaking steel everywhere. There we go. Okay, engines first. Let's move them over here. No, let's take this to the... I think we need to take it to the big stack. Let's set it up for this and see how that goes. So we have 20,000 steel ready. We need 20,000 iron gears and 40,000 pipe. Also, you know what? Hold on. Get this set up, because... And then we'll, I forgot that I needed to deliver a bunch of iron to, the chip manufacturing as well. Really, really want that extra inventory. Ugh. Ugh. Damn it. Not up here. Down here. Alright, get these moving. Pipe. More pipe than I will ever need again. Probably should have done the pipe over here and the cogs on the bigger one. I don't know, like, as important as they are early on, most of the time I don't really use cogs for anything that I think about anymore. It's mostly, I guess, belts that make cogs such high demand, because I hardly ever worry about them that much. All right. Alright. Let's do this again. Okay. I think I'm going to redesign plastic. So I have a new idea. And that is to load them way more. And I'm also thinking of redesigning petroleum so that 2 trains come in and get off-stacked similarly. The other thing I could consider is maybe doing like a fluid wagon setup where it gets delivered in fluid and we have our storage here. And we just fill the barrels as needed. I don't know. Part of me just wants to ignore the whole barrel system because I'm not happy with it and I don't ever want to use it again. But another part of me realizes that I'm going to keep needing to use it as we play. So I might as well make it not suck now, right? Oh, this is loaded. Oh, I'll just do this. Alright. It's good enough for now. I mean, it's not like I'm using water barrels as well. We're piping water. And I really feel like the barrel thing is incredibly arbitrary. Like, no belts feels cool. I'm enjoying it a lot. But no pipes feels like something that's just silly. As if everything else isn't. I do like the idea, though, of still manufacturing most things on site and just piping in, like, the bare minimum. So, like, with a lot of these setups, this one, for example, we would only be piping in the petroleum, with everything else, like the sulfuric acid being manufactured on site. I like doing that. It does create more things to have to load because we know we need to keep an eye on the iron for the sulfuric acid. but I don't know, it just feels good. What doesn't feel good is the barrels. Barrels are just shit. I hate them. Like, even a larger inventory wouldn't really make it feel better, I don't think. I'm going to keep going with it though for this playthrough. But it's going to need a redesign on the plastic specifically. Like the blue chips, it's not that big of a deal because they don't actually end up using all that much of the petroleum, since all they're doing is making sulfuric acid. Which doesn't take a lot of petroleum. Alright. That's fully loaded because we don't need to load this iron up yet. Looks like we will... Oh no, it doesn't look like we'll have to do that anytime soon, because that was fully filled when I started the machine and it hasn't gone through a single stack yet. Like, we're going to need to unload that iron before we need to load it. Unload it to move it before we need to load it. Alright. Those are still going. This could use more. Don't get hit by a train. Oh, now I'm full. Yeah, I think I'm liking this idea the more and more I come with it, or think about it. Delivering all the resources down here in the south. Unfortunately, it's going to mean a lot of this forest gets destroyed. But the price of progress. It's not like I'm worried about polluting anyone, because this is going to become less of a pollution source. Might even move, now that I'm thinking about it, we probably will just move this down to here, since I'm going to expand this wall anyway. Probably just go for a large expansion. Maybe even meet up with this wall, because we could push out to here and then wall out all the way down. And that way I wouldn't have to take the trains necessarily to get over to this side. But the thing is like, I don't really need to push out up here. This area is about to become way less polluting, and this is the crude oil over here is the only thing we're concerned with. Speaking of crude oil, it's starting to tap out. For ease of use, we would want to pipe crude back into the same direction. I may have to actually rip up all of the oil processing anyway and start processing oil over here. Because, I mean, we did capture quite a bit of oil. America. Thoughts to consider. But the main one being that we're gonna shift where we unload the trains and then build storage probably adjacent to that. Build the more no, so we'll have the trains coming in. You know what? Maybe chips will go over here. So it'll be close, or the copper is going to come in here. So chips over here, so it's closer to the copper. And then Just thinking, like, do I need someplace where I, like, manufacture cogs and pipes specifically, and engines and stuff? Because that could be useful. Just having, like, I don't know. It could be handy to pipe in just iron plates into one side of a machine and have engines come out the other side, similar to how I do the chips. Since we need engines for two different kinds of science. But I wouldn't be using it all the time. Whereas chips, there's a lot more things I'm using the chips for. I definitely don't want to have to do this, though. I'm thinking what we'll do is have logistics chests. I talked about this before. Setting up the logistics chests to pull the uncommon and rare plates out. So that when I come down here to grab stuff, man, that other train is jacked up. I gotta fix that before we're done. Took me 3 whole cycles to get through all of that. All right, what is our peak production or consumption? Just recently? When a bunch of the assemblers turned on. $200 megawatts. 60 kilowatts. So 100 of them is 6 megawatts. Which means 500 of them would be 30 megawatts. 5,000 of them would be 300 megawatts. I would need to lay out about 5,000 plus solar panels in order to reach where we're at now. Then I would need to figure out the accumulator set up as well. Honestly, I should have some accumulators set up right now. Just a big buffer for if the power plant fails while I'm out. I don't think it would really solve the problem though. I just need to come home when that happens. All right, this whole setup though needs to go because we're gonna start making quality sky iron. We won't need quality iron on the ground anymore. Ugh. I just need more places to store iron. Or iron steel. Alright. How many pipe did we just make? 3.2. 3.2 times 6 times 4. 76,800. And I'm trying to make 4,000. 40,000. So we need more, don't we? I think we do. Oh, we can power these on. I definitely need more space between these to figure out the full range of the full like setup. That wasn't enough. Damn it. There was another short one. Why do they have short ones over here? I must have been this. Okay. We're definitely gonna need more cogs, aren't we? Just nowhere near enough. Why are you already down? What do you mean output full? Oh, they're on the wrong recipe. No. I like these, but they produce chips really slowly. $64-ish a minute. This is a problem when we consider how much we actually need. I use construction robots, but I'm not using logistics bots. I feel like they're essentially just make the challenge, get to logistics bots without belts, and then it's not really a challenge anymore. I've done that before already. I think this will be enough. We need 80,000 pipes. Alright, 4.8 times, is that 15 and 18? There we go. That's more than enough. In fact, we don't need this. It was 64 more over. So we just took 48, so we need to take 16 out of this one. There we go. Because it's the maximum number that you can store in a single byte. I didn't know that when I adopted the number. I just started seeing it everywhere in old school video games as like a max out thing, specifically StarCraft. When you're playing with uncapped upgrades, 255 is the highest you can get to. And so I just sort of adopted the number. Alright, let's take that away. Take these away. So there's half, and then we have this half, and this half, and this half. So boom, boom, boom. And now I need to split it amongst all this. I think this wall just needs to come down. Oh, do I not have my lads? Okay, hold on. I need to grab the lads. Alright. We'll figure out distribution in a moment. Well, actually, hold on. We should be able to figure it out relatively simply. If I have 40,000 that I need to divide amongst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 5,000 per, 10,000 per rack. Or per square, that is. So 2 chests get filled, and then we have some remainders. Yep, that looks right. It's 1,000, right? Yeah. Oh. Alright, boom. That's done. Do I still have enough room for everything else? I think so, because we don't need to fill it as much. Why does this seem wrong? Oh, I took too much. Yeah, I took way too much. I forgot that I really need to put steel chests, like double the size of this so that I can plan things out a little bit better. Yeah, okay. So we only need an extra 200 over here. That makes that 5,000. Makes that 10,000. Now we have 20,000. Now we have 30,000. And now we have 40,000. And the rest goes over here. Now we know how we're doing it too. Oh yeah, this is much better without the wall. Alright. Steel. We need 5,000 on each side. So what I'm gonna do is put it here. Then we'll divide it. Once we get it all distributed. I should just be putting this straight into them. That batch. Is that right? 2.5, 2.5. Yeah, it just looked funny. And now we need cogs. I need 10,000 cogs. 20,000 cogs. Boop. I mean, they don't need to go here. They need to go in the middle spots, but I'm putting them here. Doesn't really matter where they go. It does matter that they're not one, though. Right, split the cogs. There's actually a faster way I could have done that if I had thought about it. Since I'm only half filling these chests, I can just boom, boom, bam, bam. Ow. Done. Just another thing to keep in mind, I can half fill the chests in general if I just want to do a stupid number of them. Image storage transfer, yeah, they're called belts. We're not using them. I like that excuse. No, it's just that I did it once for the challenge of it, and I enjoyed it so much that that's how I play now. Alright, we gotta clean this mess. Let's keep getting all the science out of here. Oof. So much science. Let's get the iron and the steel out. Ugh, damn it. If I just send this stuff back up, I feel like it's a waste of resources to send this back up. I think we just stick it in a chest and forget about it. Wasn't there another one right here? I know I put another one down. You know what? Oh, I can even... I just never speak of it again. Okay. Ugh. Really shouldn't get comfortable. I need way more engines than that. But every time I start trying to do something and I come up against the limits of my inventory mostly, I just keep thinking about the fact that we should just go to that planet, the new planet, and get access to the inventory upgrade. Carbon fiber requires carbon. And a Yumiko mesh, and it makes trash? It's made in a biochamber, which is a new thing. It's only 50% solar power. Huh. How do I get off once I get there? Like, I'm very curious how you're supposed to get off a planet once you get onto it. I guess the idea is that you better set up a... like, you better have everything set up for it before you go. Well, the thing is that you need one of these to go up. And there's no resources on these planets to allow you to build one of these, it looks like. Unless it's just not telling me that like it's only showing me their unique resources, maybe, and the other resources are on that planet. Maybe that's the case. Because I mean, it does. These structures do require materials that, like, there has to be a source of copper at the least, because we do have sky iron. Huh. Part of me just wants to go there and find out. Maybe I should just put together like 5,000 solar panels and set this whole place up to be green. Was that enough, by the way? 5,000 times 60. Divided by... Yeah, so... that would be enough to power everything while I was gone. The solar panel to accumulator is 25 to 21. Oh. Alright, well. I'm going to go take a short break, have a smoke, and think about my next move. I should be able to get in through here. Hold on. I definitely need to do... like, I want to do the big science before I go, but at the same time, everything becomes a million times easier with the extra inventory space. So we might be going before they even set up the new mines, just to get access to that other science. I'm going to Google it and figure out what I need. I don't normally do that, but the other option would be save scumming. So it's like, if I'm willing to save scum anyway, to see, because all I want to know is if there's copper. Because as long as there's copper on these planets, then we're fine. Everything else, I guess copper and oil. But I don't know. I'll go figure it out and I will be back. I'm back. I did a little research, just a little, and I confirmed that there is a soft lock, but it's a rather silly one. It only happens if you don't have medium poles and go to the volcano place, because there's no way to get wood. This won't be a problem. The engines make how much? What's it? All right, so it's 1 to 1 for engines, so that's 10,000. Or not, that's not 10,000. That's nothing. Not even close. It's no, I can use Z. All right, so that's 5,000 and 5,000. And I only need, oh, way more than I need. It's only that much. It's the chips we need a butt ton of. We need 7,500 on each side. All right. Whoops. Need to change these. And I need to start making red chips on my own. thinking about it, I really do want the solar panels. Oh. I think I'm going to shoot for way more than 5,000 though. I think I want to go for 10,000. Let's brainstorm a setup. All right, that's 12. That's 20. For 20 powers, for 20 of these, I should have 16 accumulators. $32 to $26. It's slightly it's one less accumulator than we need, but this is what we're gonna go for. And if I did 100 of these setups, that would get us to half the solar panels we need. So I should do 200 of these setups. I think that's a better, that gets us closer. No, I was talking about 5,000 solar panels. We have 6,400. 6,400 times 60 divided by 1,000 would give us 384 megawatts. It's enough to run most of what we have. I think what I would actually like to have is 300 of these setups. All right. Notes. Back out. I need a new piece of paper. Is this one still useful? Yes. That's for the tanks I want to make. Tanks fit on a rocket. One. Okay, good to know. Important to know. This is still needed for that. This is still needed for that. Starting a new piece of paper. So we want 9,600 panels. 7,800 accumulators, and then just 300 of the substations. Almost. Close enough. All right. So for 9,600 panels, let's just go ahead and round that up to 10,000. We're gonna need 50K copper, which I'm pretty sure we have. 50K steel, which I know we have, and 150K green chips. That's going to be the one that we have to worry about. All right, 150K green chips. Oh, don't worry about you. I'm going to be taking care of you real soon. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's almost 10,000 right there. You know, minus the extra. So we really don't need to make a ton more green chips. But I will need to make more. Quick, let's just... All right. Oh, chips. The accumulators. So these ones I'm going to do it more exact. So if we're going to need 15.6k iron, which we definitely have. $39k batteries. Which I don't think I have that many. No, I don't have anywhere near that many. Alright, we need to turn batteries on. There they are. Everything's good. They just need petroleum. Regretting running them on petroleum. We thankfully have it, but let's get this moving again. I never turned plastic back on. Okay. Let's see how many batteries we have now. Nowhere near enough. Well, I shouldn't say that. No, we are near. We're at just under 30k. Oh, these go real slow though. How many do they need? They need 24 speeds. Did I ever get the level 2 speed? I did. Let's put together some speed modules for them. Alright, that'll take a while. lamps are done. So I need a lot more where that came from. Cool. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna do more wire. That's funny that they ended up with a plate and what extra. Oh, one of them must have just dispensed the extra wire. Alright. Let's deposit some of this science and get things moving. Oh, right. That's why I had these. Oh, speed modules should be done by now. This is so much for the factory running, and yeah. I think our power expectations are on target for the solar panels. Alright, those are almost done at least. That's not going to be enough. It's going to make 40, which is going to make 10 more. That's enough. Change things over on Little Sky Island to match the Big Sky Island. Let's look at this. This is fantastic. I don't know how these are in here, though. Must have just been like... I can feed it? I can feed it. Okay. We can get it out. Alright. There we go. I'm going to disable these, though. As fun as it is to make steel on here, I think I would rather just be able to drop all the science they've made. Then it'll just drop science. Ah. Just gonna have more rocks to deliver home, I guess. Crap. trying to think of if I can fix this without... I think we can. Making more of a mess. I did not need to send back the assemblers. Those are useful here. But I think if I put down these again. Then just delete them. Solves almost all the problem. Then we just put down another one. Sure, that's all the rocks. That is all the rocks. Okay. And then I think we can do something similar. I sent the assemblers though. We'll just provide some carbon with the new setup. Gets rid of the carbon, the iron, and everything in here. We just need the new setup. Yeah, prints right over. Alright. I know it's going to need more of this. Don't know how much more, but I'm sending all of it. Actually, that's a bad idea. Oh, you messed it up. Okay, so it does just need more platform. It needs 167 more platform. Three of those. 4 assemblers, 5 stack inserters. Not stacks. Bulk. It's 5 of those? Where's the other ones? I don't see where you need 5 bulk inserters. The recipe does call for 8, but where are they? Oh, it's the iron to the... Those can probably just be fast inserters. Nine crushers. Two furnaces, 8 collectors. Probably need a whole stack of chips. And 4 lunk inserters. Alright, what do we need? Carbon out of here. What are the other things we need out of here? We do need iron and... Let's get the iron out of here. The ice. And now the carbon. Alright, that's everything. I guess we just come back here every once in a while and add the carbon in. So that way we don't have to worry about wasting it. Short on ice. We're just not collecting any. Because we're mostly full on those on other things, so the only ones that can collect ice are these. Interesting development. What if I should empty them? I think I'm going to, because I can do this. I empty them out. And then all I have to do is get the recipe back. Yeah, this is not important anymore. This is the recipe we use. Not Little Sky Island, Big Sky Island. All I have to do is shake out the excess asteroids. That's way easier than what it was. Oh, big stretch. Ah, see, everything I learned I could have learned here. Oh, now that's a ball ache. The science packs themselves spoil. Interesting. Ooh, that's going to be different. All right, let's say I'm only interested in 2 of the sciences. We want this, which doesn't actually look like it would take too long to get to. This spoil as well? Wait, so the fabric spoils too? Is that what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm saying. Surprise, these don't spoil. Well, I do want to get the epic quality, but that's going to take a ton of research. I think it would be more efficient to send stuff to just transport a bunch of science with me. All right, I need to use the restroom. Do I just make this a short set bit? Because I do need to get ready to go to work soon. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're just gonna call it here. And I say unfortunately because, you know, I like sitting here for a long time. Well, the engines are done. That's nice. Why aren't these engines done? I must have missed the extra cogs. The extra 100 cogs. Because you know what? I bet it was an extra 200 cogs and I only put an extra 100 in. But anywho, all right, let's rearrange the to-do list. I think we're just gonna go. I'll stockpile the science I need onto the ship, as well as some other things, and then we'll go. The laser tanks, though, I think we need to make those before we leave. I'll have to figure those out. But we'll worry about that next time. That's going to be it for today. Oof. Okay, but I am glad to find out that we would have just learned about it if we had just read the briefing. Huh. I'm excited. Yeah, I guess next stream will be probably find some time tomorrow to play. I don't know. May in general switch to doing shorter streams and just doing them more often. Not sure. We'll have to figure it out. Everything is still up in the air as my schedule fluctuates. So for now, thank you for watching and have fun.